Greetings, cyberdogs and citizens of the internet. This is RENDOG coming at you from on top of what is slowly becoming the Silkworm Gang railway station in this Let's Play Minecraft survival series. In the previous episode, we returned to Silkworm Gang Island for the last part of Season 3 and started working on the railway station here. And in this episode, my friends, we are venturing deep into the butthole of Silkworm Gang Island to attempt to collect the final materials that we need to finish this station off. So sit back and relax, my cyber diggity dogs, with your tasty ass beverage and crunchy ass snacks. Let's play some Minecraft survival. Now guys, let me tell you something, man. The sun is up in London. It is a beautiful freaking day today, and I just cannot wait to play Minecraft with you guys today. I've got a tasty ass beverage, a freaking ice cold Coca-Cola. Give me 1 second. Damn, that is some tasty ass freaking juice right there, man. Coca-Cola juice, that is. And guys, as you can see, I've been working a little bit on the station while you guys have been away, and I have basically laid down all of the oak logs that we had available in the Silkworm Gang Island fort, and we have run out of oak wood logs, which is not good. We also don't have enough gold to add any more powered rails to our spiral railway line over here, and we also don't have enough redstone to make redstone torches. So we are essentially going to need to head down into the butthole of Silkworm Gang Island to try and pick up those resources so that we can finish off the station once and for all. But it is looking kind of sweet, man. Oh, there's one more thing that I wanted to show you guys. Check it out, man. Let's just have another look down here. I've done a little bit more work down there also, looking freaking sweet right now. The underwater tunnel into the overgrown ramp over there, into the spiral railway station. Very, very sweet. I'm really enjoying how this build is turning out, man, and it's turning out pretty awesome. Now, I've had to take some pretty drastic measures to deal with the fact that we do not have enough oak loggage up in this jazz right now. And what I've done is actually planted another oak wood grove. If you guys remember to the beginning of this season, we had a whole bunch of oak wood trees growing in this area over here, and that is how we were collecting these oak wood logs. But since then, we converted this to a wheat field, or a couple of wheat fields. So I've ventured off to a far corner of the island to try and replant our little oak wood grove, and I've literally just laid down those saplings, so they're going to take a little bit of a while to sprout. And while we wait for those saplings to grow into full-fledged oak wood trees, let's go on a freaking adventure, man. Let's try and collect some more stuff. I want to show you, let's see if we can actually see this new grove that I planted from over here. Let's get all the way up to the crow's nest over here. To see if we can if we can spot it from up here. Let's have a look. You can't see it exactly from up here, but it's basically behind these trees over here. I'll take you guys down there now anyway when we actually head off on our adventure. But guys, you know what? I want to tell you a story today also about the Silkworm Gang, about a very interesting day that I can remember while I was in the Silkworm Gang. And of course, for those of you guys who don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to let you know exactly what this whole Silkworm Gang jazz is all about today. Guys, and I also want to say that I've almost had to shove my own pickaxe up my own freaking butthole, man, because I kind of forgot what the jazz was going on in Silkworm Gang Island and what our goals were. In the previous episode, I was sort of floundering around trying to remember what the rules were around here. And I went back and watched the first few videos, and I basically prevented a pickaxe going up my own butthole. And I now know exactly what is going on over here, guys. So this chest over here, this is the chest of materials that we are allowed to use on Silkworm Gang Island. These chests over here are basically just a collection of random materials that we managed to pick up. We've got some fish over here though, and some apples. I think I'm gonna pick up all of this food. But basically, we are not allowed to use any, we're not allowed to turn any logs into plankage. We're only allowed to use plankage that we find in abandoned mine shafts. And this plankage over here, we found in abandoned mine shafts. Now, if we find plankage, we can turn that discovered plankage into stairs or into slabbage if we need to. But we can't turn that oak wood plankage into fences, I don't think. We might We might have to, though, if we can't find enough fences. But the fences that I've used around Silkworm Gang Island Fort over here were discovered in an abandoned mineshaft. Because, of course, you can find these fences in abandoned mineshafts. So, for now, what I'm going to try and do is collect as much oak wood plankage and as many fences as possible to complete the railway station over there. And once our oak wood grove starts to kick in and starts to produce a whole bunch of oak wood trees for us, we'll be able to harvest that jazz and collect a whole bunch of that stuff too. So those are the rules, and that is what we're going to be following for the next few episodes or so, guys. But the very first thing that we need to do is prepare for this adventure that we're about to go on. We need to collect gold, we need to collect redstone, and we need to collect all of that wooden, we need to collect plankage and rails and fences. So we need to go on an adventure right now. And if I look at my armor right now, things are not looking good right now, man. Damn, this stuff is almost broken. So I think maybe like the best thing for us to do right now is to make an anvil. I know that I said I was going to save my levels for 1.8, but you know what, man? Desperate times call for desperate measures. I think what we need to do is actually make for ourselves an anvil. And for that, we're going to need... I mean, do we even have enough iron, though, to make an anvil and repair everything? That is a question. We've got 3 more ingots in here. I think we've got some... Yeah, we've got 26 iron ore in here. So we definitely should have enough. Let's just pick up this nice and tasty fish up in here. Start cooking this iron ore. And yeah, I reckon let's make an anvil and we can repair our weapons or our armor also. So we're going to need 3 of these to make an anvil. And then an anvil looks a little something like this. There we go, sweet. And let's get that anvil down here in my bedroom in Silkworm Gang Island. Kaplam! And now we can repair all of this jazz, man. Our helmet is almost broken. It takes 5 iron ingots to make a new helmet, right? So let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're going to save 1 iron ingot to repair this iron helmet. It takes a ridiculous amount of iron ingots to make an iron chest plate, so, and only 3 ingots to repair it, so that's definitely a good deal. Iron leggings, let's have a look. I think we only need 2, right? There we go. Sweet. And the boots. 3 iron ingots to repair the boots. Alright, so we definitely saved on iron ingots there. Now we've got a full set of iron armor ready to go on what is going to be essentially an Iron Man challenge once again. The last time we tried this, we died pretty hardcore. In fact, we had to dig ourselves into a hole, I believe, if I remember correctly. But we've also discovered 10 diamonds from the last time we went on an adventure. So what I'm thinking is we should probably use these diamonds to either make a pickaxe. I think we should make like a pickaxe. Yeah, let's make a pickaxe and a sword. And a shovel. And we could actually make an axe too. Because we need an axe to chop down all of the fences and plankage that we find. Alright, sweet. So we're going to upgrade our janky ass iron tools to diamond tools. Which is sweet. Get off the chest, butthole. Oh man, these cats drive me crazy. Get off the chest. Oh my goodness, man, seriously. I'm like, I want to throw this freaking cat off the fort, but he won't die because cats don't take fall damage. Get away from here, you butthole. Man, cats in Minecraft are just as annoying as cats in real life, man. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know, like, I like cats in real life, but they also drive me freaking crazy because most of the time they're really rude. Like, if a cat doesn't like you, a cat's going to be really mean to you, you know what I mean? Like, cats aren't exactly the friendliest of creatures on this planet, that's for shiz. But anyway, let's work out exactly what we need. We do need a bucket of water, that's for shizzle, man. So let's take a bucket of water. What else do we need up in here? We need some dirt, so we've got some dirt. We should probably take a crafting table. Or you know what we could do? We could take some logs. Yeah, I've got a stack of jungle wood logs here. No, that's a bad idea because we could mix it up, right? We could mix up the plankage then. So I think what we should do, oh cat, you get away from the chest! Just leave the chest alone! My goodness gracious. Let's make a bit more bread over here too, just to make sure that we're maximizing our food over here. I think we're probably going to be underground for some time. So let's make as much bread as we can. We've got a full stack of bread. So that's awesome. What else do we need? We've got a bucket of welder, which we'll pick up from the Goxy drop now. We don't have enough arrows to make a bow. Do we have any arrows up in here? Any arrows at all? No, we don't have any arrows or any bows or anything. We've got some string. We could make a bow, but we don't have any arrows. So that's not going to help. We have a bow. I mean, we could pick up arrows from scalar butts, but man, that's going to be a tall order. I think we might as well just make a bow just in case, right? Just in case we can pick up some arrows. So, let's have a look. How are we going to do this, man? We need some plankage. We need to make some sticks. Yeah, let's make a bow. Just in case, right? Like, we don't want to leave any stone unturned up in here, man. So we'll make a bow just in case we pick up some arrows. We don't have any feathers, so we can't make any arrows of our own, unfortunately. And we've got a bucket of water. We got some dirt to lay down, you know, for like noob ladders and to lay down markers and stuff like that. And what else do we need? We've got enough food. I think we're good to go, guys. I think we are good to head off on this freaking adventure, man. We don't want the compass, because the compass is going to take us back to spawn. So, yeah, I think we're good to go, man. Let's do this thing! Alright, so I'm going to leave the cat back at home. Looks like he's chilling here on the chest anyway. I don't think he's going to be following us anyway. We definitely don't want to take that cat into the underground. Have I dropped off an item or something here? Pickaxe, spade. No. Alright, all good. Oh yeah, you know what? We don't need to take these janky ass iron tools with us either. Let's leave these things behind. There we go. We definitely have enough food. I'm just thinking that we might want to take... Now, I want as much space in my inventory as possible. I'm not going to take anything else. This is it, man. This is what we are going adventuring with. And let's just pick up a bucket of water here from this infinite water source. Alright, guys, let's do this, man. Let's head down to the original mountain cave that we started this season on. And I think there's a chest down there, actually. There might be some arrows in there, actually. And I also wanted to show you new viewers who perhaps have joined us late, some of the other things on the island right now. Here, of course, is a beautiful beach that looks over this little peninsula over here. But this is, in fact, called Noob Beach because this is where I died. Yeah, I died like a noob while jeering zombies. I was basically up here, and I was like, zombies, you can't touch me, ha 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 ha. And then I think a leprechaun came up behind me and killed me. So, yeah, that was my bad. But that's Noob Beach over there. And I want to go around the corner of the island here, guys. I was doing a bit of prospecting to try and find a place to plant a new oakwood grove. And I found a pretty sweet location just at the edge of the island here. And let's have a look. Oh, a lot of my oak trees have actually sprouted. That's awesome. So that's going to deal with the platform problem because we need all of these oak trees to complete the railway platform. As you guys can see, I've laid down quite a few little oakwood trees over here. Still a few need to grow. What the? That is so weird, man. Is that an Enderman? Has an Enderman done this? That is a weird glitch right there, man. Because I definitely did not cut this tree down. Very, very strange. Anyway, this is our brand new Oakwood Grove over here, guys. So, pretty happy with that. As soon as we get back from this adventure, we're going to be heading to that Oakwood Grove to harvest that bad boy. But right now, I just want to explore the island a little bit more. I'm basically looking for like a new cave entrance that maybe we haven't seen yet. Maybe because I think we explored quite a lot of the caves underneath Silkworm Gang Island when we first went on an adventure. So I want to see if we can maybe find a different cave entrance around here. We might just need to like dig downwards and try bust into a new cave system. I don't think there are any cave entrances around here. But let's have a look. I don't think we've actually like fully explored this island yet, have we? I think we came looking once when we were looking for cats. Yeah, it's all coming back to me now, man. Oh, hello. There we go, man. Okay, sweet. So this is where we're going down, man. We are going down into the butthole of Silkworm Gang Island right now. We are after redstone, we are after gold, we are after iron, we are after plankage, we are after fencage, and we are after anything else. Diamonds would be nice. I'll definitely take some diamonds if they show themselves, and we'll pick up some coal also while we're at it. And while we're on this adventure, guys, I want to talk a little bit more about the Silkworm Gang and my adventures with the Silkworm Gang. The last time we spoke extensively about my time in the Silkworm Gang was in Season 1, I think. Like episode, I don't know, but it's 96, 97 or something like that, man. I think that's when I first told you guys the story of the Silkworm Gang. So I'm sure there's loads of you guys who don't actually know what the Silkworm Gang is or what the jazz I'm actually talking about. So why don't we just have a quick recap on what exactly the Silkworm Gang is. Now, when I was in my last year of junior school, I was the leader of a gang called the Silkworm Gang, and I recruited the members into the Silkworm Gang during maths class by telling everyone about an amazing fort that I was going to build, and that I needed gang members to join me to help me build the fort. I then set up a list on my desk at lunchtime, and basically at the top of the list it said, do you want to be in the Silkworm Gang? If you want to be in the Silkworm Gang, write your name down here. And by the end of that day, I had recruited, I don't know, about 8 members or so of the Silkworm Gang. Now, I wasn't the only leader of the Silkworm Gang. I shared leadership with 2 of my best friends, and their names were Jeremy and Freddie. Those were the names of the other leaders, and I think we had one other leader that came on later, whose name was Andrew. But Freddie and I were basically the pioneers of the Silkworm Gang, if you will. We were the ones that set it all up, and Jeremy sort of came on board later on when he saw like how sweet it was. But we basically formed this gang out of nothing, and the reason that we wanted to form this gang is because one day at lunchtime, we were exploring the backside of our school, and we found a giant mulberry tree. And when I say giant, man, it was absolutely massive. It must have been 100 years old. Maybe because we were only like 11 years old or 12 years old. Maybe that's why it seemed so big to me. But it was kind of like in the middle of nowhere. It wasn't surrounded by other trees. It was sort of growing by itself. So it stood out really nicely from, you know, everything around it. And it was kind of like in the middle of a bit of felt. And it just looked so awesome. And next to this mulberry tree was basically the undercarriage of a building, right? So it was like the basement of one of the school buildings, and in this basement was a whole bunch of junk, like wood and like old planks and old bricks and all of this sort of stuff, and wire and string, basically just industrial garbage, I guess, that the school used when they did repair work and stuff like that. And Freddie and I realized that we could actually use all of these materials to make a really sweet fort. Now, we weren't the only ones in our year or in our school who had an idea of making a gang. Once we started talking about the Silkworm Gang, and as soon as we sort of put we put that note on my desk to try and recruit new members, there was another fellow called Gareth in my class who decided that he also wanted to make a gang. And he'd actually, he was friends with us in the beginning. And as the year progressed and as the gang warfare in the school began, our friendship slowly waned. And one of the things that really broke my friendship with Gareth was the fact that he decided to turn the basement of the building that was next to the mulberry tree into his gang fort. And that was actually a really smart move on his behalf, because basically what he did was he took ownership of all of the materials that we had found in that basement that we were going to use to make our own fort, right? So it was actually a really clever move on his behalf. It's kind of like, I don't know, if you're two warring nations, he kind of took the advantage by invading a country that has like a ton of oil, and a country that we were relying on for oil, if you know what I mean. So that freaking butthole got the upper hand on us pretty early on, like in the development of the Space Gang and of the Silkworm Gang. And yes, that was the name of Gareth's gang. It was the Space Gang. And give me 1 second while I sip this beverage. That is what I'm talking about. Now, Gareth was also really, really smart, because he did something else, shall we say a little bit of marketing, I guess, to try and recruit more members to his gang than our gang. And what Gareth did, and to this day I think it is freaking genius, he started printing money. And basically he was like a computer nerd, right? And back in those days, computers were like, they definitely weren't as powerful as they are today. They were just sort of starting to take off. You know, like computers weren't in every single household yet. There was definitely no such thing as a laptop yet. There was definitely no such thing as a mobile phone either. Guys, technology has come so far in so short of a time, and it's absolutely crazy. But anyway, Gareth basically produced and designed something called a space buck. And essentially what he did was he copied the design of the American dollar, but he changed some of the images on it to like spaceships and stuff, right? So instead of having like, I don't know, Benjamin Franklin on the dollar note, he had like a planet. Man, it was like the nerdiest money ever. But for everyone in my class and for everyone in my year, it was the coolest thing that we had ever seen. And the way that he actually produced these notes was on his father's fax machine. And we just found some redstone. Epic! This is exactly what we need. And I think what he did was we just hit bedrock also. And we haven't broken into any caves yet, so that's not good. What level are we on here anyway? Let's get up to level 11 and just do some stripping. See if we can find some diamonds. We should break into a cave system at some point, I think. But I think what he had done is, he was one of the few kids in my class that actually had a computer at home. And he had used his computer to create these fake money, like this fake money, right? He designed these notes in what must have been like a primitive DOS design program, like a very, very primitive form of Photoshop, I guess. Probably just using, man, I don't even know how he did it actually when I think about it now. I don't even know if there was graphic design software back in those days. But man, he probably did a combination of like using the computer and then cutting and pasting in real life, like images, and then sticking them onto a note and photocopying that and then cutting it out and re-photocopying. I don't know, man. However he did it, the notes turned out absolutely amazing, and he basically printed tons of them, man. He printed hundreds of these notes, and they had all the denominations, like from $1. I think the denominations were $1, $5, $10, $20, $50. I think those were the denominations. And he came to class once, and this was after we'd already started recruiting for the Silkworm gang, and he'd already started recruiting for the Space gang. And he basically showed everybody these amazing notes that he had produced, these space bucks that he had printed. Now, he had also, quite cleverly, installed an anti-forgery device into the notes, and that sounds way more complicated than it actually was. Basically what he did was he signed the back of every note with a gold pen. Oh, some lapis, awesome. So, you know, he used his own signature to sign the back, and he basically, I mean, it was basically going to be almost impossible for any of us to copy those notes anyway. You know, none of us had the software or the computer knowledge. Like, we weren't geeks, right? We didn't know how to make these bucks. So basically, Gareth was the only one who could produce these bucks. He was basically like the Federal Reserve, man. He could just produce the bucks, as many of them as he wanted. Like, you know, like if he was running out of bucks, he could just go home and print them. So he always seemed to have like tons and tons of bucks, and he was quite clever. He would distribute the bucks I think it was like every Friday he would give everyone like $10. Just everyone in the class, like at lunchtime, he would be like, here's $10, here's $10. And basically, eventually what started happening was we started buying each other's things from each other with space bucks. Like, literally, I would buy my friend's pen, his amazing, like, Parker pen. I would buy his pen for, like, 30 space bucks. Or, I don't know, someone would buy, like, someone's sandwich or packet of chips at lunchtime for like, 10 space bucks, right? So, Gareth actually created, like, a mini economy in our school, which very quickly got banned, by the way, obviously, when it was discovered. But essentially what he basically did was, at one point he ran a recruiting campaign for the Space Gang, and he said, if you join the Space Gang, I will give you like 50 space bucks. Like, that's the joining fee, right? If you join the Space Gang, you get 50 space bucks, which is a bit of genius. I'm not gonna lie, man. That is an absolute bit of genius right there. And basically, he managed to recruit like a butt ton more people than we did. But we had our loyal members who had joined us in the beginning, and by that stage, we had already started working on the Silkworm Gang fort, which was essentially a giant-ass wall of logs and sticks and bits of metal and corrugated iron that basically encircled the mulberry tree, and there was like a doorway. There was only one way into the fort, and I mean the wall that we made was actually pretty big, man. It was probably about, I don't know, 5 foot high, I guess. And it was pretty, I mean, it was a good wall. It took us, you know, a good few weeks of solid, hard labor during lunchtime to get that wall up. And we're actually going to be recreating that wall on Silkworm Gang Island at some point also. But man, it was freaking sweet. Like, by the time we had finished that fort, it was absolutely amazing. But Freddy, man, Freddy was like a slave driver, man. He would basically make our members carry all the logs, do all the work, and he would take their lunch and stuff also. He would like take their sandwiches and stuff. And I'll admit, I took a few sandwiches in my day also from my members, but that was, you know, that was the fee, man. You wanted to be in the Silkworm Gang, you wanted to be in the sweetest gang in school, you got to pay with sandwiches, man. Oh, sweet, some gold. Awesome. Now, we're just getting everything that we need so far on this little strip mining adventure. But I do want to find a cave system, though. I do hear some lava, so I think we're close. I hear lava. It's probably not the best idea digging up into lava, right? Yeah. RenDog, when will you ever learn, man?